Hi, my name is Asha Lazada and I did my presentation on Colin Ferguson. He was born January 14, 1959 in Kingston, Jamaica. Colin Ferguson is responsible for the Long Island Railroad Massacre that took place December 7, 1993. Here's a little bit about his life. Ferguson's father, Von Herman, was the director of a large pharmaceutical company called Hercules Agencies. He made it possible for Ferguson and his 4 brothers to live a wealthy lifestyle in such a poverty-filled area. They were one of the top families in Jamaica. Colin was a very good student growing up. In high school, he was the top 3rd in his class. In 1978, Colin lost both his parents, and this resulted in him having been very deeply disturbed. Colin Ferguson came to the United States looking for a new beginning. When looking for a new job, he could only find low-income paying jobs, and he was not pleased. Colin met and married his wife, Audrey Warren, May 13, 1986. They had very different cultural views, and this put a strain on their relationship. Colin showed a very big temper, believing that all white Americans were disrespectful. Colin and Audrey would fight regularly, and the police would be called. Eventually, divorcing in 1987, this devastated Colin Ferguson. On December 7, 1993, Colin boarded a train headed to Long Island. With him, he carried a bag filled with a Ruger P89 9mm pistol. He began shooting, and within less than 3 minutes, he killed 6 people and wounded 19. Passengers were able to pin him down, but Colin seemed very incoherent upon arrest. In Colin's pocket, upon arrest, police found handwritten reasons why he did what he did. Adelphia University racism, EEOC racism, workers' compensation racism, New York City Transit Police, and the racism of Governor Cuomo staff. Ferguson was given 2 court-appointed attorneys, William Kunstler and Ronald Copley. His attorneys tried using a black rage insanity plea. He decided to go to court representing himself. This is possible thanks to the 6th Amendment, and in 1975, the United States Supreme Court held that a criminal defense had the right to represent themselves in court. According to the Judiciary Act of 1789, the Congress passed, in all the courts of the United States, the parties may plead and manage their own cases personally or by assistance of counsel. Colin was examined by a psychologist, Dr. John DeLisandro, and a psychiatrist, Dr. Alan Richmond. Both found that he was very intelligent, but defensive and misleading. He understood the charges being brought upon him. They felt that Ferguson was suffering from a paranoid personality disorder and possibly would be able to use the insanity plea. During the attack, he was insane and unable to stand trial. But because he understood the charges, the judge deemed him fit to stand trial. He suffered from a paranoid personality disorder. He was beat up in prison and did not have a cross-examiner. He was asking the jury during selection if they understood racial bias. Ferguson mocked the indictment during trial. One thing with the criminal justice system that I found wrong in this case is that the judge went against the psychiatrist and psychologist's professional opinion that he was unable to stand trial, and also allowing him to do it anyway. He represented himself when clearly it was not in his best interest. Ferguson was charged with 6 consecutive counts of 25 years to life in prison. Some think that maybe if he had used the insanity plea that the outcome would be different, but actually it probably would not be. Studies show that only less than 1% of the insanity pleas are actually acquitted.